Good evening, folks. Thank you for braving the harsh Florida winter roads out there. I'm glad you could all join us. Before we begin tonight's show, I wanted to tell you a little bit about what we're about to do, and then give you a couple housekeeping rules, and then we'll get things started. So, you're here to see the Tales of Mild Interest Radio Theater. Now, myself and Erica Garraffa, we are the creative team behind this production. We have written, directed, produced, and are acting in quite a bit of it, along with a very talented crew that we have back there. Now, what we're performing is a little bit different than what you normally see in the theater, in that we're doing a live radio show. What this means is twofold. One, we are recording this tonight, is going on our podcast, which means all of you get to be in the background. Exactly. You guys are our laugh track. You guys are our gasps, our applause, our painful groans, hopefully not our boos. But we encourage you guys to please emote it up, enjoy the show and the way we do things. Now, basic housekeeping items, make sure you guys have silenced your cell phones. The only sound effects we should hear tonight are provided by Mr. Tyler Orr, who will be here. Yes, 3 people know him, and he'll be providing live sound effects for us tonight as well. So, you can enjoy the show in one of 2 ways. You can either enjoy the spectacle of what we do and watch him in action and watch us in action, or, just like your grandparents and their parents before them might have done, you can also sit back with your eyes closed, relax, and let your imaginations go and enjoy this production. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you sit back, relax, and enjoy the Tales of Mild Interest. Ladies and gentlemen, listeners of all ages, welcome to tonight's broadcast of the Tales of Mild Interest Radio Theater, where the comedy you see with your ears. Join us for tonight's first feature as we take a hop, skip, and jump across the Atlantic to join those most affable affluents who reside in Pendleton Park.
Previously on Pendleton Park, Lord Pendleton cleared his throat twice. Lady Pendleton took a nap on the sofa. And who was the mysterious figure seen taking Lord Pendleton's box of chocolate biscuits? All this and more in tonight's thrilling episode of Pendleton Park, Where's Wendell? We join Lord Pendleton in his study, beginning his day as he does every day, admiring his vast collection of big game trophies acquired from the darkest corners of the earth.
And here we have the head of the very last purple pygmy rhino. As I recall, the lad I paid to shoot her was later trampled in her death throes. Brave young lad, right up to the end. And what a messy end it was! Oh, and here's the fellow's head now. His eyes are still so lifelike. Could use a bit of polishing, though. Wendell, could you come in here with the head polish? Wendell? Where is that blasted butler? Darling?
What is it, my love? I was tending to the garden.
Good Lord, we have a garden.
Well, not so much a garden as a rose bush. Or some kind of flower bush. Or maybe it didn't have flowers. And I wasn't tending to it so much as I was merely looking at it through the window while I was fixing my breakfast. By which I mean this cup of tea, which is mostly brandy. It's all brandy.
Good Lord, you say we have a window.
Speaking of breakfast, why did I have to fix this myself? Where on earth is Wendell?
That's what I was going to ask you.
Perhaps the maid knows. Moira?
Yes, Lady Pendleton?
Moira, have you seen Wendell? We haven't seen him all morning, and there are a number of things he needs to attend to.
Why, Wendell is dead, Mum. He passed away of old age.
Good Lord. When did this happen?
Last week, sir. Why, you both attended the funeral.
Oh, yes, no, I'm starting to remember that now, yes. Terrible shame, he was a good butler. Although his wheezing and coughing these past few weeks was beginning to become a tad irritating.
Rather impolite of him not to put in his notice before popping off.
Yes, quite so.
I am sorry, sir. It was a tragedy for all of us. You see, he was rather like a father to me.
Thank you, Moira. We don't pay you to chatter on.
Well, this leaves us in a bit of a pickle.
I should say so. Without Wendell, who else knows how to prepare my tea? Room temperature with only brandy, no tea. Ah, that's perfect.
Yes. And who will draw our drapes, serve our cocktails, retrieve my croquette mallet when it gets lodged in the chandelier?
At whom shall I throw lit matches for my entertainment? Whom shall I put a saddle on and ride down the stairs when I'm feeling a bit tired?
And good Lord, who will chase off our property all those feral chimney-sweep children what roam the British countryside at night?
The hounds, sir?
Oh, yes, the hounds. Such fine beasts, and yet they lack a certain je ne sais quoi. The way Wendell brandishes his spade with such panache, the way he handles the fire hose, he can douse 5, sometimes 6 orphans at a time. My God, it was nearly an art form.
Well, sir, might I suggest you put an ad in the paper for a new butler?
And replace Wendell? I wouldn't hear of it.
But Wendell is dead, sir.
No, that's right, yes. Yeah.
Yes, we'll put an ad in the paper. Moira, fetch us something to write on, and 2 sniffners of brandy. I can't work on an empty stomach.
Here you are, Mum. I'll be right back with your drinks.
Now then. Affluent couple seeking butler to tend to large estate. Agility with a spade a plus. No boils, pustules, or lesions. Must have pulse. No Irish. Please inquire by calling. My love, what is our telephone number?
Oh, it's, Oh, good Lord, I haven't the foggiest. Wendell always kept up with the small details such as that.
No matter, I'll simply put in our address. What is that again?
Now, I knew this one at some point.
Are you saying we don't know where we live but for Wendell?
Now, darling, there's no need for hysterics. We can solve this. We can solve anything. My God, we're rich, for heaven's sake.
Your drinks, sir, Mum.
Moira!
Yes, Lord Pendleton?
Moira, you know that place where we all live? Where we all are right now? What is that place's address?
It's Pendleton Estate, Lord Pendleton, number 1, Pendleton
Oh,
Drive.
yes, Pendleton Estate. You see, darling, I told you if I thought about it long enough, I would come up with the answer.
Right as always, my love.
Now then, let's get this to the thing...
The post box.
The post box! Yes, where do we keep that?
Well, I believe it's outside, somewhere by the front gates. I wish I could remember exactly where, but since I haven't been allowed to leave the mansion in 13 years, my memory is a bit hazy.
So we have to walk there like savages.
I forget what the sun looks like sometimes.
Now, darling, there's no need for both of us to venture out. I shall take it.
Until I walk past a window and the light burns me.
Thank you, Moira. That will be all. Oh, do be careful, my love.
Oh, think nothing of it, dearest. Why, when I was a lad, my father took me on an adventure once to the driveway to see snow.
Good heavens.
Yes, most dreadful 13 minutes of my young life. Father was forced to disembowel the chauffeur to keep us warm enough until Cook waved us back into the manse from the kitchen door.
My word.
Well, desperate times and all that, you know. One perseveres.
Such bravery.
Yes, quite so. Well, I guess I'll be off then. Right. Time for the grit, old boy. These are the moments when heroes are born, when a man must choose between life and duty, when one does, brave things and such.
Do hurry, love. My tea is beginning to wear off.
Yes. You're right. The time has come. You will wait for my return and stay true, won't you, Turtle Dove?
Of course, darling. Try not to catch the malaria on your adventure.
Into the breach! My God, we've been besieged by marmosets!
Lovey, I believe those are my coats. This may be the closet.
Good Lord, we have closets?
I believe the front door is behind you, sir.
Oh, so it is. Tally-ho. Everyone, down!
Why, it's the doorbell, my lord. No need to panic. Come up from the floor, sir. I'll get it. May I help you?
Good morning. Lord and Lady Pendleton, I presume?
Who is this strange visitor to Pendleton Estate? Can Lord Pendleton brave the elements? And will Lady Pendleton get another brandy in time? Stay tuned for more Pendleton Park after these messages.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Professor McGillicuddy's famous old-fashioned crow poison. Now available in extra strength and fast-acting formulas. Professor McGillicuddy's famous old-fashioned crow poison. Why kill just one when you can murder a murder?
No need to get your hands feathered and bloody. Just reach for the McGillicuddies.
We now return to the stunning conclusion of Pendleton Park.
I'm so sorry, sir. Madam, did I frighten you?
Wendell, you're back from the dead!
And you missed a whole morning of work.
No, I'm not Wendell. Allow me to explain. My name is Bertram. Wendell was my identical twin brother. We've not been in touch these last several years. I'm a butler, you see, as is the trade of all the men of our family. I've spent these last few years travelling the Orient, learning the butling secrets of the Far East, honing my craft, but when I got word of Wendell's unfortunate passing, I simply had to come back home to England to pay my respects. Oh, I am sorry for the confusion my appearance has caused. By the time I arrived, the funeral had already passed, but I thought I should come and give my regards to the lovely couple that kept him employed all these years. We butlers only live to serve, after all. Do tell me, how did my brother die?
It was simply a matter of old age.
Old age? Why, we're both only 38.
38? But you both look to be at least 80.
Yes, well, the life of a butler can be taxing on the body. It is a duty to which one dedicates one's entire mind, body, and soul. To have died in the line of servitude is an honourable way to go. He was a good brother and a fine butler. If only I had a chance to teach him all the battling techniques I'd learned in my travels, he could have been one of the best. Well, thank you for your time. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must be off. You see, I've squandered all of my funds and sold all my personal possessions to pay for the trip home, and I must seek employment if I am to continue on. Good day to you all.
Good day.
Ta, what a nice gentleman.
Wait!
Is something the matter, miss?
Forgive me, sirs, Mum, but couldn't Bertram come work here? Take Wendell's place as our new butler?
Good Lord, that's brilliant! Bertram, you could come work for us! Replace your brother Wendell as our new butler! I'm so glad I thought of that.
Cracking idea, my love.
Yes, capital idea, sir.
Oh, that would be lovely. I do hope it's not too much of an imposition.
Not at all. Why, you may start today if you'd like.
I shall start right now, sir.
Good. You can start by taking this letter to the post box for me.
Right away, sir.
Oh, watch out for the hounds.
And the feral chimney sweep children. My love, what was in that letter again?
You know, I can't recall, but I'm sure it was quite important. Now that that's taken care of, I could go for a chocolate biscuit. Where did I put that box?
Well, I could use a drink. Who's up for brandy?
Who is up for brandy? Will Bertram return from his harrowing journey to the post box? And will Lord Pendleton ever find his beloved chocolate biscuits? Tune in next time for another electrifying episode of Pendleton Park.
Tales of Mild Interest is created by Jesse Hutson and Erica Garraffa and is recorded live at the Dreamhouse Theatre in Lutz, Florida. This episode of Pendleton Park was written by Jesse Hutson and Erica Garraffa, with help from Kelly Clow. The part of the narrator was Eddie Gomez. Lord Pendleton was played by Jesse Hutson. Lady Pendleton was Erica Garraffa. Moira the maid was Laura Gonzalez Hutson. Bertram the butler was Kelly Clow. Foley sound effects were provided by Tyler Orr, and music was performed by Erica Garraffa. For more information on Tales of Mild Interest, find us at facebook.com/TMI Radio Plays, or follow Professor McGillicuddy on Twitter at TMI Radio Plays. Questions? Comments? Email us at tmi.radioplays@gmail.com. Thanks for listening to Tales of Mild Interest, the comedy you see with your ears.